problems with COVID was, it basically eradicated chance encounters. So I
Oh
do
my
a lot of
God.
work at the London School of Economics. It's a huge privilege, but one of the best things that happens is walking to a meeting there and never knowing whom I might bump into, because
Yeah.
it's a very small campus relative to a place like Berkeley. And it's fantastic, these what I'll call chance encounters. Part of systems too, right? I mean,
Yeah. Yep.
the surprises. You use a term that I'm wondering if it's an extension of systems or something completely different. That's this term collective effervescence.
Collective effervescence, there are certain kinds of feelings of awe that we've studied that happen when you're moving with other people, and they kind of are hard to describe. They kind of surprise us, and they're really powerful emotionally. So you might have it, when you're dancing with other people, right? You might have it when you're at a sporting event and you're cheering and suddenly you're like loving the people around you. You might have it, there are actually studies of pedestrians in cities where they're walking along and all of a sudden they start moving together when it's really crowded and you feel like, wow, I'm part of this surge of culture or whatever. And Emile Durkheim, the great French sociologist, really felt that shared feeling you have when you move in unison with others is kind of the essence of religion. It's like we're all doing rituals together, we're chanting together, and it's about the feeling we have when we're moving in unison. And you're right, Susan, it is what it awakens you to is that I'm part of a social system. Like, oh my God, I'm a fan of, this football, Arsenal or what have you, and it matters to me. It has this almost moral component to it because it's collective. And so, what I love about collective effervescence is, the obvious stuff is like, oh, music and dance, et cetera. But, like it speaks to why sports are so important to us.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a Red Sox fan, that year they beat the Yankees, when you all cheered with other people, that was one of the most important moments in your life, right? Because the emotion made you realize I'm part of this tribe.
Right.
And it is about locating the self in a system.
I just had the privilege of speaking at the opening of the World Games for Special Olympics.
Nice.
And that was a
Congratulations.
moment for me of collective effervescence. I mean, this was such an extraordinary group of young people, some of whom live with intellectual disabilities, some of whom are their partners who do not. And it was an extraordinary moment. And it was all about sports. And at the same time, it was not at all about sports.